Impact Wrestling Hard to Kill 2023 is this Friday the 13th, unlucky for some, of January. There's some great matches lined up on this show. Looking forward to giving you the predictions here today. Two matches in particular really stand out and make this show Hard to Kill seem very appropriate. We've got a title versus career match. That's right, Jordynne Grace against Mickie James, the last rodeo. Will it be the last match for Mickie James, or will she walk away as Knockouts champion? And of course, Josh Alexander is now the longest reigning Impact World Champion of all time. Can his title reign be killed by, well, an Impact legend in Bully Ray in a match that arguably suits Bully Ray pretty darn well, a match that he probably put on the map? Full Metal Mayhem. There's that and a lot more going to be talking about in this video, including the X Division Championship, the Digital Media Championship, the World Tag Team Championship. We've got a #1 contenders match, we've got Falls Count Anywhere, and of course we've even got some unfinished business. And of course that's referring to Jonathan Gesham against Eddie Edwards. So let's not waste any time and dive straight into the video. And the match I want to focus on first off is title versus career. That's right, Jordynne Grace, the Impact Knockouts champion, arguably on the run of her career as champion as well, putting on some great matches month after month against the career of Mickie James, the last rodeo. We've seen these two as teammates, we've seen some friction as well, and as also a little keynote, this is the 200th Impact match for Mickie James. Now for me, I think this match should main event the show. Mickie James was the main event of Hard to Kill last year against Deonna Purrazzo, if you remember, of course, of the hype going around the Royal Rumble, seemed like the most appropriate thing last year. I think it's appropriate this year as well. How much bigger can you get than title versus career? If it's the last match, the last rodeo for Mickie James, she deserves to go out in the main event, in my personal opinion. Now, to give a prediction, I'm not going to lie to you, it's heart versus head here. My head is telling me Jordynne Grace is going to pick up the victory. If 2022 was meant to be the last rodeo for Mickie James, it does feel suitable that she would lose here and she would go out on a title versus career match. But a part of me really wants to see Mickie James as Knockouts champion one more time. Imagine as well cheating to win that championship, to hold on to your career. Just think of some of the names we've got coming up for shows in 2023. Sacrifice, we've got Rebellion coming up. These must be so suitable under Mickie James with the last rodeo, with that gimmick, holding the Knockouts championship one last time. I would like Mickie James to keep this rodeo going until at least Slammiversary, but unfortunately my head will go over heart here. I am gonna predict Jordynne Grace does pick up the victory, and this unfortunately will be the last of Mickie James in Impact Wrestling. The last rodeo has been an amazing storyline. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I'm happy to see it carry on, as I'm sure some of the people in the comments may agree, but I'm gonna have to go with Jordynne Grace to retain the Knockouts title. Next, let's talk Full Metal Mayhem then, shall we? Josh Alexander versus Bully Ray. Bully Ray doing as Bully Ray does, really playing that mental game so well, and with the added element here of Full Metal Mayhem. Will Josh Alexander's title reign really be hard to kill, or is this the show where we get a brand new world champion? Now, I'm going to give my opinion nice and early on this one. I want to see a new star born when Josh Alexander loses that championship. Now he's the longest reigning champion. For me, you make a new main eventer, a new star overnight in Impact by giving it to someone that's a young gun. What has Bully Ray got to gain here by winning the World Championship other than winning the World Championship? It does kind of sound silly as a sentence, but you know what I mean when I'm saying that. Here, for me, I think this is going to be a great match. Obviously, we know the metal will come into play. It's going to be a brutal, violent match. And like I say, it's a match that Bully Ray has put on the map previously. I think it's going to suit Josh Alexander very well. Despite his technical prowess, he can adapt very well in any situation. I think him in the ladder match particularly could be quite exciting as well. So for me, I'm going to make the prediction. I've said with Hard to Kill, we've seen one kill happen here, but I don't think it's going to be two. I think Josh Alexander is going to retain that Impact World Championship. Next, let's talk unfinished business, shall we? Let's talk Jonathan Gesham going against Eddie Edwards. Now, Jonathan Gesham, of course, was the ROH World Champion last year in Impact Wrestling, defending that championship, was attacked by Honor No More. Of course, then he was signed with AEW, of course, with their Ring of Honor side of things as well. didn't quite work out in the end. Jonathan Gesham now back in Impact Wrestling. Eddie Edwards, though, at the time was the leader of Honor No More. Honor No More is no more at this point, although Eddie Edwards was attacking Delirious, a former Ring of Honor talent, when Gesham made his return. And now we've got this match here at Hard to Kill. And for me, I'm really excited about this match. Gesham, for me, could be a big-time player in Impact Wrestling. The Octopus, incredible technical wrestler. I'm excited to see what he brings to the table. This is one of the dream matches for me in Impact Wrestling, him versus Eddie Edwards. I think Gesham picks up the victory here, but then, for me, I wouldn't be surprised if this is, a rivalry that will continue over multiple shows. But I'm going to go with this one, heart overhead, and I'm going to say Gesham picks up the victory. Next, we've got a four-way elimination match for the Impact World Tag Team Championships. We've got the champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, defending against the major players of Matt Cardona and Brian Myers, Heath and Rhino, and Ace Austin and Chris Bay. Now, it's a process of elimination for me and how I'm going to make my prediction for this match. Heath and Rhino recently were the champions. I don't think they've retained them here. Matt Cardona has been an absolute tease with the Royal Rumble coming up. Of course, Chelsea Green has left Impact, has now seemingly signed with WWE, according to PW Insider. And they say Cardona has spoke of his dreams of going to be at WrestleMania, has teased also of going back to the company. So I'm not sure of his contract situation, but it makes me feel the major players are not picking up the win here. So it comes down to what I think will be the long-term goal out of this match. The Motor City Machine Guns against Ace Austin and Chris Bay. A match I think will be amazing for the Tag Team Championships on its own. For me personally, the head is saying that I think the Machine Guns retain here, but I want to see a swerve go on. I want Ace Austin and Chris Bay to get to the next level. I think two incredible talents, two very deserving talents as well, of winning championship gold outside of the X Division in Impact Wrestling. So for that reason, I am actually going to go with a wildcard prediction here. I'm going to go for Austin and Bay. Next, let's talk about the Digital Media Championship and Joe Hendry going against Moose. Moose, one of the major players in Impact Wrestling. I'm not going to lie, this is probably the most serious I've treated the Digital Media Championship since it first came into existence. Now, to give a prediction, I wouldn't be surprised if Moose was to pick up the win here, but I'm not going to lie to you people, I believe in Joe Hendry. You knew it was coming, didn't you? Joe Hendry is going to be my prediction. I think Joe Hendry has got the potential to be a top guy in Impact Wrestling. I'm enjoying his work so far. Let's hope it continues here, and I hope he picks up the W. We'll follow that with the X Division Championship, Trey Miguel against Black Taraus. Now, of course, these two were in a tournament final not too long ago, had an absolute banger of a match as well. Trey Miguel now is the X Division champion. For me, I think this is going to be an awesome match. I'm looking forward to seeing it repeat once again. But Trey Miguel has not been a long-term champion at this point, so I do expect him to retain. But Black Taraus, for me, his time is coming. It wouldn't be too soon if he won the championship here, but like I say, I'm still going to go for Trey Miguel to retain. We're going to follow that up with a Falls Count Anywhere in Atlanta match. Steve Maclin against Rich Swann. Steve Maclin, I'm going to make this quick. Steve Maclin is going to be my prediction here. I've not believed in anything Rich Swann has done for quite a while in Impact Wrestling. I just feel the booking for him has been extremely weak since he was a world champion. I know he was injured for a period as well, but this guy was a top player at one point in Impact, and for me, he's fallen right down the pecking order. Steve Maclin, on the other hand, won the Barbed Wire Massacre match last September. For me, should have been the winner of the Bound for Glory Gauntlet match, should have been the guy that should be in the main event against Josh Alexander, and if you ask me, should be the guy that benefits and becomes your next Impact World Champion. Maybe a controversial take to some. For me, I think Maclin has the tools of what it takes to be the top guy in Impact Wrestling. He's been phenomenal since he's joined this promotion. For me, this though could be a good notch on the belt though, defeating a former world champion. If you look at it on paper, it does look good for Maclin, even if I don't fully believe in Rich Swann at this moment. This is almost like a proving ground match, if you're going to be honest, for me, but I'm going to go for Steve Maclin to pick up the victory. Last match on the main card, I will be also doing the pre-show as well in a couple of seconds, but we've got a number one contenders match. We've got Masha Slamovich, Deonna Purrazzo, Taylor Wilde, and Killer Kelly, all in a four-way to determine who will be next to take on either Jordynne Grace or Mickie James after this match. Now, for me, looking at it, this literally could be any of the four. I wouldn't be shocked whoever won this match, but remember, I have predicted Jordynne Grace to retain the championship. For me, that means I don't see Taylor Wilde being the next one in line. We've not recently long had Masha Slamovich go for the Knockouts Championship, so I'm going to rule her out. Killer Kelly is someone who I think will be a great Knockouts champion in the future. but that's not today. I'm going to go with the ready-made name, the here and now. I want to see it one more time. I want to see Jordynne Grace versus Deonna Purrazzo for that Knockouts Championship. The heck of a series back in 2020. For me, I want to see it in front of fans. So for me, Deonna Purrazzo is going to become your next #1 contender. Let's move on then, shall we, to Countdown to Hard to Kill. Then we've got 2 matches on this free-for-all show. We've got the Death Dollz in the 6-woman match against Tasha Steelz, Savannah Evans, and Gisele Shaw. I'm looking forward to this match. Should be a lot of fun. Of course, the Death Dollz are currently your Knockouts World Tag Team Champions. This would be a good opportunity, really, to get the heels the victory, and we could set up our next challengers for those Tag Team Championships. So for that reason, I'm going to go for the heels to pick up the victory. And of course, then we've got a 6-way exhibition talents all in this match. Potentially could be setting up a future #1 contender. We've got the likes of Speedball Mike Bailey at Kushida, both on Shot, not on the main show. We've got Angels, we've got Mike Jackson, we've got Yuya Amora, and we've got Purjinder Gujar, all in this match. And I hope I've got all those names said correctly there. For me, again, this can go absolutely any way. 6-way match, it's not elimination as well. Perhaps your favourites, like for me, Mike Bailey and Kushida, don't have to be involved in the decision to create your next #1 contender. But for me personally, I wouldn't be surprised. I've got an eye on Angels potentially winning this match for the new Violent by Design. It'd be good to see one of them going for a championship going forward. But as a prediction, I am going to go for Kushida. I just think for me, Kushida screams a future exhibition champion at this point. Speedball Mike Bailey, like I say, has recently been a long time serving champion. I don't think he needs to go back for the title just at this particular moment. So yeah, those are the 2 I've got an eye on, Angels and Kushida, but I'm going to go and stick my account and say Kushida picks up the win. But that's my predictions anyway for Hard to Kill 2023. If you enjoyed this video, then please do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel as well, share with a friend, let them know, and of course make sure to get involved down in the comments below, because it's your turn to get involved with this video. Please let me know your predictions for Hard to Kill. Have I got them right? Have I got it wrong? I'd like to know what you think is going to happen this Friday. Why not check out some of the videos popping up on the side of your screen right now. Of course, other content as well as Impact Wrestling includes WWE, AEW, and much, much more on the channel. Thanks for watching. Have yourselves a great day. You've been watching SCW here on YouTube. All the best.